everyone, this is Miss Kellyanne from the Lake Hiawatha Library here for our Create Your Own Diwali Rangoli. So this is the craft portion of the program. This is the second part. There was a read aloud before this. There will be a read aloud after this, so stay tuned for that. But I'm here to show you how to make your own Rangoli. So you should have your kits, which have 4 different colors of sand in it, your paper plate, and a few Diwali or a few Rangoli templates that you can choose from. Or if you don't like any of those templates, you can draw your own. I kind of drew my own like this. So if you want to draw your own, just take a marker and make your own design. But if you don't, you can take one of your pre-cut templates. You might need to adjust it to fit the paper plate and then glue it onto your paper plate. Make sure you're using Elmer's glue for this and don't make it too globby, because I'll show you what happens if you put way too much glue on. Okay, so what happens if you put too much glue? As you can see, I have a nice heart right here and right here. But then I have another heart right here because I put too much glue, so it all globbed up at the bottom here. But anyway, so I'm gonna use one with the template. Make sure it's nice and glued on there. Okay. So now take one of your colors of sand. I'm gonna use, let's see, this nice pink. And then choose a spot where you want to start. I am going to start from the inside out. That way it's a little less messy. Make sure you have some paper under you so you can collect the excess sand and use it again. And I will show you that trick later on. So take some sand out of your little baggies. No, not sand first, I'm sorry. Put a little bit of glue on your pattern. Again, remember, don't make it globby. Kind of put a little on there, and then just use the tip to kind of spread it out and make a nice thin layer. And then take a spoonful, or you can gently pour your sand onto your glue. So now it's okay if you make like a mountain like this, because what we're gonna do is just slide it onto the paper. And you see that the excess will come off, and then you have a nice little sand in the middle. So then what you can do is take your paper, kind of fold it up like a hot dog, and you'll see all the sand going in the middle. And then you could just dump it back in your plastic baggie. So that, you're gonna repeat that step. So now, let's see, what color do I wanna use next? Let's see, I'm gonna use yellow, and I'm gonna work on the outside of this one. So again, use your glue. Making a nice thin layer to avoid the globs. Now you shouldn't worry about mixing up the yellow and the pink or whatever colors you use. Again, just because once you get off the excess, it should just be sticking. They shouldn't be mixing. And I'm just gonna repeat this process with a few different colors. I'm gonna use I'm going to use a little bit of orange as well for my fourth color. Okay. Let's hope I have enough. And a really nice, easy way to make colored sand is to get like a really pale color sand, like white, or like that light colored sand that you would see at the beach, and just put it in a container with like 10 to 15 or more, depending on how dark you want the color, drops of food coloring, which is really cool. That's how I made the blue and the yellow and the pink. I didn't use food coloring for this fabulous orange though. So at the end of this, I would love if you would send me pictures of your Rangolis, because I know Diwali is a really awesome holiday about light, and I know I'm learning about it from many of you, actually. And I want to see your designs and if what your meaning behind it is. So now, since I have this middle part done, let me start working on the little candle portions. What color should I use? Well, I think I'm going to use yellow for the flame. Should I use orange for the flame? Maybe I'll use orange for the flame. And then, let's see, do I have enough blue? I don't think I have enough of that blue, but I might have another blue hiding in here. Okay, we'll see if these two blues are enough. So I'm going to make the base of my candles blue. Again, now don't forget, you don't want a thick layer. You want it very thin. Actually, you can do what I'm doing right now and just kind of go around, if you're using the same color, and pour the sand on all of those spots that you want. Again, don't worry about colors or it kind of bleeding over into a different part of the pattern, because once we shake everything off, it'll come clear. I remember what we said about putting it back in your little baggie. Just fold the paper up like a hot dog. It kind of stops you from making a mess in your kitchen or wherever you may be doing this, which is pretty good. Because I don't think families and grown-ups will like the sand that goes everywhere. So this is a way to kind of minimize the mess. Now I said I was going to do, you know what, I'm going to alternate. I'm going to do 2 candles in orange and 2 in yellow. And for the most part, it'll your different colors will come out clean. But if you really want to make sure they're clean, wait until the glue dries in between each color you use. So for the flowers, I'm going to keep them this pink color. Let's see. I'm going to go one at a time with this pink. And if you don't like the colors that you got, again, you can use a light colored sand. Another good alternate, if you don't mind using it, is cream of wheat that you can dye with food coloring, I believe. But the best, obviously, is sand. And when you color the sand, if you want like a really rich color, just kind of pour the food coloring in there. I put like, I would say 20 drops in my container to make this pink one. And as you can see, it's kind of a more vintagey pink, but if you really like want a vibrant or deeper pink, just go ham on the food coloring. Put lots of food coloring in. All right, so here is my Diwali Rangoli. Some of the colors did end up some of the sandy colors mixed together, but I actually really like the effect. So again, this is just my sample. You can design yours any way you want. You can put sand on the outside instead of in the lines. You can do a completely different template than the ones I gave you. You can make your own design. And now stay tuned for another Diwali story. I hope you had fun with this craft. Don't forget to send me your pictures.